What's up, Fig Fam? Welcome back to the Fig Heel YouTube channel, and today we're going on a little fig hunt. Me and Macho Friend, we're looking for those new Walmart shippers stacked with elites, ultimates, superstars. Hoping we find that. Just hoping we leave with something good, man. It's been a minute since anything has hit my area, so why don't you guys come join us? I don't know about you guys, but when I see pegs upon pegs filled with LA Knight figures, I am not saying, yeah. I am saying, oh no. I mean, I get it. This guy is popular, but his figures are not. They are steady rotting everywhere I go. Thought those were cool, though. Biker Mice from Mars, something that I had as a kid, and they've revived. They had Ricky Starks. They had Christian Cage. Very, very cool. They had Lexus King. I was stoked to see that. Ricky Starks, which I still think is a great figure. Can't believe these are rotting like this. And then they had this, what I've been after, Adam Copeland. We have the Chase variant already. I've been looking for the standard edition for the longest time. John Moxley, and there it is. This is what I am leaving with. They had two different versions of it. One had better paint apps. One had a better box, so I had to go with the better paint apps. Then we saw this. First time seeing the Summerslam WWE shipper, Lexus King, Chase Axiom, which, I mean, after this day, that's all I've seen is Chases with the occasional standard. Kevin Owens, Rhea Ripley, Seth Rollins, which is very, very awesome, but I had to pass on it. Grayson Waller, another one from WrestleMania XL that I passed on. I got to get all these WrestleMania 40 figures. It's just there was too much going on here for me to pick them all up. There's that standard edition Axiom we were talking about. Stone Cold Steve Austin, greatest hits. You know I had to pick that up. AJ Styles, Roman Reigns, Cody from the greatest hits, which was an easy pass. More Rhea's, more Cody Rhodes. I mean, easy to pass on that. I already have it from the Royal Rumble set. Over here, this is what I was after, the Monday Night War lines, but I was very distracted by the fact that they had Royal Rumble, Brock Lesnar, Beth Phoenix, and Ridge Holland. I never saw them in stores until now, and they are way outdated. Eddie Guerrero, Anvil, Iron Sheik. Grab that Iron Sheik for my man Matthew Goldberg, MBG 1211. He shoots the cover for all of my wrestling figure encyclopedia books. He is one of the best photographers I've ever seen, especially fig photographers. You gotta give him a follow. But I scooped that for him because he was after it. A lot of cool stuff here, and this is what I picked up. They had Hulk Hogan. They had one Albert, Jerry the King Lawler, no Mudas, but my man Sergeant Cass got me a Chase Muda. I got this Hulkster right there. There's the Ridge Holland. I could not believe this was here. The paint apps on the face were god-awful. The mouth was terrible. Over here they had Gunther, the lone Gunther. You know I had to grab it. Jade Cargill. And then, of course, I scooped up not this. I put this back, but it's a very good figure. I scooped up the Seth Rollins Ultimate Edition as well. But then we moved our way over to Ollie's, which, if you guys don't know, Ollie's is a discount store. They get a lot of stuff, and it's much cheaper than in a regular retail store. And they've recently been getting Coliseum Collection, Ted DiBiase, and Ricky Steamboats, but mine did not have any. However, they did have some Elite Series 114 figures of Ilya Dragunov and Ciampa, as well as Series 20 of Main Event Showdown, Miz versus Gunther, which was only $12.99, and Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you've been watching my hunts for the past couple months, every time I see that Stone Cold Steve Austin and KO set, I say that I need this, but I don't want to pay full price. Well, waiting on this one actually paid off because I was able to get it for $12.99. I also picked up the Miz and Gunther. Already had Ciampa and Ilya Dragunov, so I left them behind, but I was really hoping to find some Coliseum collections because I have the Chase variant carding of Ricky and Ted, and I need the standards. But we're going to head over to my local Target and see what they got. They had some Hollywood Hulk Hogan Ultimates, 2 Chase Rosies, which popped me because I was with the Chase Queen, Macho Fran. They had Carlito. They had Kurt Angle. And, of course, they had the Godfather as well as Bret Hart, who Bret Hart has been getting a lot of figures lately, and I think that's why he's been rotting so much on shelves. They had Jimmy Uso, and then behind him was this man that was making me lose sleep at night, Sid Justice, but now I see him in every store I go to. Still after that Lyra Valkyria chase, they had Andrade, more LA Knights. Yeah, not really. But I think it's safe to say that we are leaving this Target empty-handed with nothing, because everything that they have that we would need, we already have. But we're going to go to another Target, and this one was loaded with even more legends. Unfortunately, these Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogans are going to be here for a very long time, as well as these Carlitos and Kurtz and Godfathers. But they had Jimmy Uso, all Standard Edition Rosies, Bushwhacker Butch, of course an LA Knight up there, because what would a store be right now in 2025 without an LA Knight figure just rotting on the shelves? Another Target, stop number 5, had a little bit more of a selection. Jey Uso right there, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and then here they had the new basics of The Rock, Finn Balor, Triple H. No Chelsea's, no Joaquin Wilde, surprisingly. I'm starting to think that the first round, the first wave of cases is not including these figures. Jay White, Orange Cassidy, more Jay Whites, Darby Allin back there, which I still haven't picked up, but it's a great figure. Bryan Danielson is already like $12 on ringside, so no thank you. Sting, Will Ospreay. I mean, they had a nice selection, as well as that Undertaker, but I passed on it for now. Hulk Hogan, Roman Reigns, Kurt Angle. There's that 2-pack of KO and Stone Cold that we just got for $12. Tons of Godfathers, tons of Rosies, tons of Carlitos, but no chases, baby. Unfortunately, there really wasn't anything that we needed here. I was tempted by that Final Boss Rock, and I was tempted by that Finn Balor, which, by the way, my man Matthew Goldberg I told you about recently got one from Amazon, and it had a neutral head scan on it, which was kind of shocking, and it was not opened. But we're moving on to another store, and that is another Target. And believe it or not, I have never seen these Netflix packaging figures in Target until right now. I was actually thinking that they were strictly Walmart exclusives, but here it is on the pegs. Another Bryan Danielson, Matt Jackson, and yeah, another LA Knight. I'm going to say it right now. I think LA Knight is going to be one of the Hall of Fame peg warmers of all time, because he is everywhere. Kurt Angle, Darby Allin, Carlito, the usual suspects. They had an Undertaker greatest hits, and I decided, you know what? I've been putting it off for too long. I've only seen it a couple times. I'm scooping this bad boy up from WrestleMania 29. The Undertaker Greatest Hits is coming home with me. Love these Stone Cold Steve Austins, but already have it. I'm a sucker for any Stone Cold. Andrade hiding back there. Trying to see if there's anything kind of creeping, hidden or anything, but we are leaving with this Greatest Hits Undertaker and moving over to the local Walmart. Right now, we are actually in Delaware because my parents have a house in Delaware, so we're hitting up these stores, and these are very, very close to each other. AJ Styles, tons of LA Knights, as expected, even LA Knight 2-packs. There's a CM Punk. I mean, man, why do we need all these LA Knights? They got the Ilya Dragunov that we just saw, as well as the Greatest Hits Monday Night War of Brett, Ken Shamrock, Ringmaster, a bunch of AEWs down here, but the usual suspects. There you see Matt Jackson, you see Bryan Danielson. Ooh, I got excited. I saw Adam Copeland, but he is completely demolished, and the whole head is like almost clean ripped off of this figure. Christian Cage, 2 of them, which I'm eventually going to pick up, but I feel like that's a prime candidate for a figure that's going to be super cheap on Ringside Collectibles very soon. New World Order pack, which I haven't seen in quite some time.
Of course, the one figure that
decided
I want,
I'm going to continue my hunt for a
the
better
only one I haven't seen
Adam
yet.
Copeland
And,
with good box and good paint abs.
I want
but
Willow
for now,
too,
we are
but-
passing. I've still never seen Swerve, and I've never seen Willow Nightingale in stores yet, so I'm hoping we do soon. But for now, a town over, we are at another Walmart. Not too much. WrestleMania Bret Hart, WrestleMania Hogan. They had Cactus Jack Superstars, no shipper. Kane Superstars, 3 of them, which I still am so mad that Mattel did not make this the Chase figure, and that said it absolutely should have been. We have Ultimate Lex Luger, which I'm shocked is rotting because it's a great figure. The Slap Bands bracelets, which I haven't seen in a while. Ricky Saints in the blue label. Kenny Omega in the blue label, Lionheart, Chris Jericho, more Kenny Omegas. More Young Bucks. These guys are just never going to be leaving these shelves, unfortunately. But tons of Moxleys, which even though I have it, I probably should have waited because it's definitely going to get clearance at any moment. Safe to say, guys, since this is very similar to the last one, we are leaving empty-handed and going to another Target that had no figures on the pegs, but they did have this little shipper of Ron Simmons, Final Boss Rock, Jimmy Uso, which I was looking for a while and couldn't find because I only found Jay. Hulk Hogan, more Jimmy Usos, Tyler Bate, another Final Boss Rock. Good figures here, but I can understand why these are being left on the pegs. All right, guys, so it was a successful hunt, I would say. Macho Fran and I, with the assist of my mom, believe it or not, were able to track down that Summerslam shipper at Walmart, and we got some of the things we were after, namely these, the Elite Monday Night War, Hulk Hogan, Jerry the King Lawler, and Albert. I really wanted that Albert. No Mudas, but no worries because my man Sergeant Cass actually picked me up a Muda Chase, so I feel like the hard work is out of the way, so cannot wait to get that in, and then we just got to find Muda, and we are good to go on the Monday Night Wars. Also got some superstars. We got Bret the Hitman Hart. Thanks for the assist to Fig Vault on that one. And Eddie Guerrero and Iron Sheik as well. Pretty cool. And then also, this is a total impulse buy right here. Hulk Hogan, Seth freaking Rollins. I mean, come on. I couldn't leave these there, right? I wanted that Hogan. I passed on the Rollins initially, so I had to pick it up. These, I was going to get the Austin regardless, but Gunther was a game time decision. There was only one. I love that it's an improvement from his original ringside release, so I decided to pick it up. We got the Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold Steve Austin pack. We got the Miz versus Gunther pack. Happy with that for $12.99. Then, when we were in Delaware, we found this Taker. First time ever seeing it in stores. And then sure enough, as you saw, once we got to New Jersey again, we found it again. Typical way that things go. And finally was able to get a Adam Copeland AEW Unrivaled Series 17 in decent shape. So I would say this was a really good hunt. And yes, this did come in the mail the day we finished off our hunt, which is pretty cool. So shout out to Mattel for that. And stay tuned for that video soon. Hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at FigHeal. Twitter is at TheFigHeal. And make sure you come back for more fig hunts, reveals, reviews, hauls, and collection tours. See you on the next one, guys. Peace. Are you a wrestling figure collector of WWE Mattel, AEW Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need FigHeal's Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, the modern edition covering all releases from 2010 to present day. Featuring over 5,000 photos of action figures from the hottest brands, including independent toy makers. Keep track of what you have, want, and need, including loose, mock, and overall collection value. With shots by Matthew Goldberg, the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia is a must-have for collectors. Premium full-color and value black and white editions available now on Amazon.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at FigHeal. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeal. Join my official sponsor, Whatnot, at WhatHealed.com and receive $15 off your first purchase.